Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. Quick introduction here to let you know that I've logged in, and 3 people I am yet to tag are online. That is Iskal, Stress Monster, and Grian. And I know many of you are going to say, wait a minute, but that Grian fella, you already got him with the snowball in your video. Yes, that is true, but we had to reset all of the scores after doing that due to having some problems. So I haven't actually got Grian yet, so I believe this is his portal. No, it's Biffa's one. Well, I'm going to go in search of him first. And there is the scamp himself, who I believe is AFK, but we already got him before, like I just explained, so I'll take a point. Thank you very much. See you later. I was unable to find Stress and Iskal. Their bases are right next door to one another. They weren't over there, so I flew over the shopping area. No one in sight in that area. And no one's over here at the Christmas area as well, which is going to be the focus of this episode at one point or another. I'm going to come over here and work on another little mini golf course over here. But before we get to that, I do want to just walk around here and appreciate what Scar has been up to over here, setting up some sort of logging business and bringing a bunch of his beautiful handmade custom trees to the Christmassy area. So we have a beautiful fence design surrounding an area with the Christmas tree in the center. Got a pile of snow with a derpy little snowman face on top. That's a beautiful touch. And over here, the Concorp truck is bringing in the logs. Everything here is just stunning, right? Look at the detail, little ice patch on the ground and the tire tracks. It's really cool. Over here, though, we've got some trees, and you'll see what looks like ice hanging below them. We've got some white glass panes, I think light blue, but also purple as well. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to be ice or not, but I love the look here, and I love the chopped down trees as well. Really looking spectacular. And you can see Scar is over here working hard, chopping down the trees. It really tells a tale. I love the way Scar plays this game. It's wonderful. And there's our Christmas tree in the middle. And you can see over here, you can place an order for a custom tree to put in your base. However, my base is completely temporary and not ready for something like this. So I won't bother to waste Scar's time. But look at this, all these trees chopped down over here. This is so fantastic. What a beautiful build he's put together here. So to get ourselves started this episode, I want to do something simple in the area. There's a path leading up the top here, and I was thinking we could connect it to the candy cane path and lead it over to the Hermit Rail Network hub as well. Now the line is another thing I want to work on this episode, and it's going to be in the way, so we'll figure out exactly what's going on with that. But to begin with, just want to do something nice and simple in this area. Inspiration has started to flow, my friends. Just putting in the final bits of fence posts for this path. So it connects from where Scar's ended and heads down the hill, thanks to this little staircase, and meets up with this little dip between the other path and where I am going to build an ice cave. And where will this ice cave go? Well, it'll actually lead through over to False's Island. I imagine she's going to want to build a bridge to connect this all up, right? So I thought a really cool way to bring those things together would be to have a little ice cave path. So it's going to end up somewhere around here, and then False can build a bridge to her Secret Santa project over there. And also you'll see I put in some plans for the Hermit Rail Network to continue like this. I decided to stop the slope from going downwards just so there was enough room here that this path could go underneath it, although it kind of looks like it could actually drop down closer to this. So anyway, this is where the other path comes down. We've got these steps made out of snow layers, and it just leads around and down to the corner of the rail network station. Here's a little something. Do you see that visual glitch? Yeah, it just kind of stays there until you go inside the cave. Quirky stuff. What we're going to do is, as I've already done, is sort of dig out the shape that we want for this cave and then fill it up with some blocks from our block palette. So we will have the path blocks. We'll include some snow. We're also going to go with the different types of ice, and then maybe some things like stained glass, maybe white and light blue dripping from the ceiling. Something along those lines. I've also noticed the ceiling is a little bit flat, so I probably need to come through here and dig this out as well. But essentially we're going to carve out the shape that we then place the other blocks on top of, right? And I really wish I had done this first, because now it's kind of hard to reach up there. The other thing is lighting. We have some torches in here at the moment, and that will melt the ice that we're going to put in. So I was thinking maybe we could have a dark cave, and what we'll do is we'll grab some water and then put some, what are they called? Pickles, sea pickles, that's the one. We'll put some of those in there. Our first stage of progress has been completed. Just to lay down the path in the middle here, put snow on the sides and a bit of ice as well. We got sea lanterns here, and I'm actually distorting this a little bit because I'm holding a torch. There we go. You can see it's quite dark, and these are 2 sea lanterns putting out block light level 9. I'm a little bit worried that by upping this to 3, it will then melt the snow. But what we'll do is actually up all of these to 3, and if it does melt the snow, we know we need to change it back to 2 again. So that should make it bright enough, because I think this was just a little bit too dim. And as you'll see around the sides here, we've got some blue ice and compressed ice mixed together. This puts a bit of a wrench in the plans. You can't put snow on top of compressed ice, but you can on top of blue ice. I think I am just going to transform this here so it's a little bit higher up. Things are developing, and I like to approach the entrance like this so I can see how well the ice blends. It's looking good. Unfortunately, the ceiling not so much. It's hard to blend the ice with the dirt, whereas with stone it mixes a little bit better. And in here, it's looking really good. It's in need of some detail, obviously, and I was thinking about putting some snow up on the ice here, but as you know, can't put it on top of compressed ice, and putting it on top of the blue ice would feel like such a waste, so we'll have to use it sparingly. But right now I've actually run out of compressed ice, so we're going to have to take a trip over to our ice farm. Hey, Python is online. Not only am I happy to see him because he hasn't been on the server in a while, but it's an opportunity to tag someone, isn't it? And I think I know where he'll be working. And I see him. He's over here. To be fair, I think Python is probably going to be out of the loop on the snowball game, so this will be quite easy. But we're going to drop down in front of him and say hello, and then gotcha! And off we go. Oh, you been snowballed, Python. Oh, he better not be following me. Okay, he didn't follow me. Oh, wonderful. And back here at our glorious icy cave, we have a little bit of a problem. The entrance just doesn't look right, but if we go through the inside, it's looking fantastic, right? There is ice, see-through ice, regular ice all over the place here, dripping down from the ceiling, using the glass to kind of accent that. And then when we come out the end here, you'll see the same problem again. It's the transition. I think I know what we need to do. We actually need to rip out the grass, and I think the ice needs to sort of protrude out into this area. And there we have it. A little ice formation that you can go through, poking out the side of the terrain here. It looks good. I do wonder if it needs to be a little bit thicker overall. I've mostly been assessing this from the angle of entrance. You've got to think about builds in Minecraft as having many different viewpoints, and so I've only looked at this from close up. On this side over here though, I think that one looks really nice because it's nestled in amongst a few things, but from different areas it might not look the same. But anyway, we are done with that little project, and I've actually got to meet up with Impulse, who's just logged onto the server. Mr. Impulse SV, the man with a lot of gold and the man with a golden heart. Hi.
Oh, that was very nice.
That was a moment.
Yeah. I have something for you. Speaking of golden heart, so we'll keep with that theme there. Ooh. I brought something. Yeah, I noticed this railway. I was building my golf course over there, and I noticed that this railway had been put up here, and there's no rails on it.
Yeah, exactly. A railway without rails. And this is why I need to speak to you of all people, because I've only got so much gold, you know, and this thing's going to consume a lot of it.
Yeah, and I was thinking that, right? Like, as the hermits have been talking about who's doing what rail lines and stations, and I never really raised my hand for any of that. The entire time I was thinking, but I still could probably help out and maybe just supply some materials. So I brought you something.
Oh,
I'm just going to go ahead and donate. I'm not asking for anything in return. This is a powered rail kit, basically.
Jeez.
I think we're going to be able to make quite a few rails with that.
I think you just covered the project for the rest of the season with that, you know. Goodness
I hope
me.
so.
Well, that's one way to help out, you know. I think I'm going to go drop this off in the Hermit Rail Network, the main hub outside the shopping area, and let Rendog know it's there as well, because he's working on the lines as well. He designed most of what you see right here on the live stream.
This is nice.
It's lovely.
Yeah, I really like this.
I asked him deliberately to build it over the golf course, and then I've been working on it a little bit as well. So I'm hoping that very soon this line's going to be finished and everyone can enjoy it. You know, strolling through, seeing all the Christmassy projects come together.
Yeah, there's stuff popping up everywhere. I mean, I logged on just today, and I've already seen like 4 or 5 new things. So this place is hopping over here. I love it.
Speaking of new things, we're over here at Hole 8 on the mini golf course. And I like what you've done with this. It's looking good.
Thanks. I basically just saw your signs with the challenge points, and I was like, I'm just going to take the hardest one.
I like your
See
attitude.
if I can get some bonus points, right? Like I heard you mention maybe you're gonna like judge these or something.
Yeah.
So I was thinking if I could just straight away get some extra bonus points, maybe I have a chance.
It's a good idea, I think, and I don't think it actually provides that much of a challenge, but you've done exactly what I wanted to see, which is like taking advantage of the height difference. It starts up here, it gets higher, it goes down lower again. I think that brings a lot to the whole thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a fun course. So I was kind of curious. So I've played through it obviously a few times and I know like the tricks of it. I was kind of curious to see if somebody brand new to the course, if they would experience it in a different way than I do.
Okay.
So would you mind kind of being my guinea pig test
Here we
dummy?
go.
So it should be quick, but we'll see.
Well, I've looked at this, and for the first shot, I think the idea is that I should get the ball out closer to that pressure plate because we want to get a low par, and I think if I'm further away, it'll take more shots. So, going to do that. Didn't hit the red one.
Good. Yep.
Okay.
That's the first challenge, is not to clip that corner of the hazard.
And we're about
now
right there.
This is the big challenge right here.
I think I got this. I think this is... Should I jump when I shoot? I think that might backfire. I'm gonna... Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I think you did it.
Oh,
man.
nice.
First try ever. Okay. I was a little worried that was too easy. And you got it on your first try. So you may have confirmed that shot is easier than I anticipated.
Okay.
Or you're just that
I think it's one of those ones, if you think it through, it is. Now, I tried to run up behind it, but I missed it. So it got shot out of here somewhere, right?
Actually, no. There's two different paths the ball could take, right? Now, you just chose the easier path by getting the slime block to actually launch it up here. If you failed on that, then chances are you would take one of those side hoppers, which would send you up here. So instead, since you made like the really easy shot, you bypassed a pretty hard part of the course. Green.
I see. He's always doing that.
Let's see. Oh, it's way over here. Look, it's in the corner.
Right in this corner.
So yeah, you got shot out of the dispenser. You didn't get a good shot out of the dropper there. It actually sent you to the corner, which is going to make your next shot
the thing with corners I've noticed is that unless there's a wall up here, you can still sort of shoot straight ahead. So I'm going to aim. I'm going to aim like this to the left a little bit.
It's in.
Yeah, that worked exactly how I thought it might. So what was that, like a par 3 I just got?
Yeah, that was 3. So I think I'm going to actually make the course a par 4 so that you can get, what would that be, a birdie, right, if you're 1 under?
Yeah.
Because that was like perfect.
I never get birdies. Thank you, dude, so much for the rails, and thanks for showing me the mini golf course. This is fantastic. I think the peeps are going to enjoy playing this one.
Yeah, I hope so. I had fun building it, so thank you.
So, my friends, this rail network line has expanded itself. And what a poor choice of words that was. No, this thing is not sentient. It is not able to construct itself. This was just something that I did during a live stream. And after that, I see that now Joe Hills has popped onto the server and started working on the station here by constructing some presents underneath the Christmas tree. This has the potential to be a really interesting station. As you can see, the line goes around the corner here and leads directly into one of the presents. I've got this lovely idea in my mind that the presents could act as an interior for the station and you walk through each of them. We also have a path over here on this corner, so I'll shoot Joe a message about my idea, and maybe this path will lead up through the side of this glass and you can go in and use the portal and the other various things at the station. But for now, my friends, we will take a break from the Christmas area. I have one more project planned for the end of this episode, and it just so happens to be at the top of this hill where something new has popped up. So I spoke to Ren and I said, where the line turns the corner at the end here, perhaps we could put a station at the top of the hill so that you could pop off and walk down the hill into the area with this gorgeous view in front of you. And then it turns out someone's come over here and built this glorious thing, which I believe was Cubvan, because he's in charge of the entrance area. So we've got a couple of candy canes, some mistletoe between them and some stockings, and it looks glorious. So when we build this little station, we'll have to make sure it complements his build, and also there is a way to walk through this area from the other side, as not only will there be a rail network line going across, there'll be like a footpath somewhere as well. But again, I need to speak to Cub. There needs to be a lot of communication between the hermits when working on this area. For the next part of this episode, we're going to head over to the keep and do a little bit of work over there. A couple of things to mention beforehand. There are some pranks going on the server. I believe this was actually done by Rendog. Look at that. Oh, goodness me. Reminds me of Season 4 when I pooped on his base. And over here, I think Ren has then been pranked in return. Look at what is going on right here. This is some sort of roller coaster, and it looks absolutely crazy. I cannot wait to check out his video and see how that thing rides. And there is our glorious keep. I love the view of this thing. It turned out ever so great. First of all, though, going to take a quick trip into the shopping district and just round up some of our profits and see how many diamonds we've made this week. My friends, the diamonds are rolling in, and we have some investors. Or maybe just one investor, because someone has brought up the cheaper shareholders price over here, which is fantastic. So that's 9 diamonds for Doc right here. And as you'll see, there's some other diamond piles in my inventory. We have 17 from the kelp shop, 3 from our sales of bone blocks, and this right here is from the wool farm that has been an absolute mint. And when I took those diamonds out, I also made a list of all the walls that I would need to stock up again. So it should be nice and easy to stock it up using our secret entrance, which I'll do in just a moment. Anyway, in total, that is 116 diamonds. Are going in the wrong direction as well, that we have made today, and that brings our total for the season up to 1,162 diamonds. That may actually be a little bit higher because my buddy Python dropped me a message. Yes, that's what we're looking for. 9 diamonds from the flower shop. I will add that to our total. There are also 2 diamond blocks in here, and I've got a little bit of a feeling that is something that I asked another hermit to do, and I'm pretty sure I did that in an episode and talked about it, but I can't remember. So if you know who those 2 diamond blocks are from, please let me know with a comment down below. It could be that we need to add those to our total as well. But anyway, we're now done with this stuff. Let's get over to the keep. There is our glorious keep. What are we going to be doing today? As much as I have time for, really. I've got so much I want to do in this area. Let's just do things one thing at a time, though. I need some foundations for this keep. As you can see, parts of it float off the ground, and that doesn't look particularly structurally sound. So that's the first thing we'll do, is sort out the foundations. And straight away I've kind of been pulled away from doing this because as I'm building up the foundations, I'm asking questions about what are these interiors going to look like. And so I've been led over here to this entrance, which we've put a different wooden material on for now. So similar concept to what we've done before, and I'm really not sure if we're going to keep this or not. But on the outside, I then started working on the paths that go through this area. I figured we need a different block palette, and I feel like these 3 blocks work really well together. So they will link up a lot of things. For example, like we've got a little bit of a staircase developing here. And as it goes down into the ground, I'm digging away all the materials, and you'll start to see how this is really going to open up in here. So if we dig it down to this level, then we're going to have a ton of space on the inside here in which we can start to put buildings and things. So we're really going to open it up by, you know, following this form, and that's going to happen on the inside area as well, but I just don't know what's going to happen. I'm just sort of following my nose. This is what I'm talking about. The foundations are going to look much nicer now that I know what materials are going to be around the outside here. And I think opposite the entrance, let's have some water troughs. Maybe not all of them are filled with water. Now that actually looks pretty cool, I think. In 1.14, we're going to get slabs for andesite like this and stone like that, and that'll help us with this next area where it's going to dip down a little bit, and for now we will temporarily probably use a mix of these 2 blocks. So again, I'm just following my nose, doing what feels right, and down here I've really opened up the area with a staircase leading down. And we'll probably keep this little bit here kind of beachy and eventually build a structure coming out over the top here. I reckon with a wooden roof, and it'll be like a market stall. Now when we get to this stuff, I really need to think things through, and at the moment I'm just trying to push the build forward with sorting out the walls and the shapes in here. So we won't do too much more today, but over here you can see that I've gone for a wooden floor in this area. So we're going to have some sort of marketplace again with buildings that are built in front of the walls and have the roofs coming off the top of them. and that's going to fill up most of this space here, and then when it goes around this tight little space, I don't really know what's going to happen, as this is like an open entrance. Then on the inside, which is the bit that I want to focus on finishing off the most, I feel like maybe we should have a garden in this area. I was trying to envision what would go here. Felt to me like a garden could be a good idea. We could actually open this up, create a big window, maybe a little platform for the people inside to walk out and enjoy the garden that is in this space, because on the opposite side we're going to go in quite a different direction. You can see that this drops down here following the terrain, and then I'm really actually ripping out all of the terrain in this space, and I'm thinking that we could actually go underneath the ground in this direction and underneath the keep as well, and have like an underground marketplace in this spot, and then we have a staircase that leads up, and we could have a little something going on in this space as well. So it's all about filling this with shops, and that's going to be a project for another day. Right now what I'd like to do is just figure out how the entrance here is going to work. So the entrance in this area is kind of figured out now. Oh yeah, I was going to put some trapdoors on the side here and have a little flower box. Anyway, this is what it looks like from out here. You'll notice that this one is taller than that one, and that's fine. Nice to have some differences, right? And going around the corner here to where we have the flower box, this is what I feel like happens when you sort of follow inspiration without a plan. I'm not sure if I particularly like this shape that I've got so far very much. There's also this problem of trapdoors on corners like this, so I've thrown in spruce, and it actually works really well. It just kind of flows with the colour, so I think we get away with that one. Anyway, I was about to give up on this, but I realised I haven't actually placed a single flower yet, so maybe before I take a break from this, I actually try and place some flowers down, and I thought we'd start off by putting them in rows and see how that works. What you need is a vision, like I said. Need a vision. I think we're going to try flower boxes around the outside and then put a path in front of it and see where that leads us to. This has ended up being quite the pretty garden now. As you can see, once the flowers are in place and you're not trying to imagine where they are, it really starts to come to life. And there is something that I wish I'd used a little bit more in here, and that is actually vines. I thought I had those in my inventory already. Maybe I can prop up a few more around these walls. The problem is they're going to spread about the place. So if I put them here, they'll start spreading around the corners. And that probably doesn't look so great. Actually, it kind of looks alright. The torch might prevent it from spreading. Do you know what? I think I'm going to keep that. I think that looks okay. Yes, and there aren't too many other places to put them. We could have some here, and that's about it. The entire thing is symmetrical, by the way, and I think I am done with this for today. When we come back to this next time, hopefully I'll have some ideas of what kind of structures we're going to be building in here. But for now, that I think is good. Back in the Christmas area at last, and we're going to put a station at the back here. I think it's going to be a wooden log cabin, something along those lines. Not too tall though, because we don't want to detract from this build, so it's going to be relatively humble. And as you can see, the path of our track goes over this kind of dangerous open area. In fact, there are two of them, and what I'm going to do is actually fill this all in, and we're going to sort of start from down here. We're going to bring this up and create like a roof from looking at the area down below, and then we'll steadily build this out. I have a very good feeling about this. I've got a quite distinct vision of what we're going to do. It's going to be a cabin that's held up with logs that I want to look like they've been treated. So we're actually going to use oak and introduce a material here that may not seem so Christmassy, but then we're going to put some dark oak ceiling on it, and I think that will look nice and chocolatey. Yes, so I've got a good feeling this is going to look alright. At the bottom here though, the bases are built out of stone. I want to make it look like it's got some good old foundations coming up out of the ground. And at the moment, I'm actually thinking about shifting this all down by one block and just removing this dirt here, because I've got a feeling it is going to get pretty tall. Now, this little bit right here at the front is going to be like a porch. So from the inside, there will be an area here, and then there will be a wall behind it like so. And I just want to check that the dimensions are correct here. So that would be the porch, that would be the wall. This thing is 3 wide, which is enough for the tracks to come through and stop. So hopefully that's good. I think what I'll do next is figure out how tall this thing is going to be, and then maybe push it down a block. Okay, Biffa's online and I'm about to go help him get to the gold farm, which means I can snowball him. And also, first of all, this has been lowered and it is looking great so far. I'm just wondering about what materials to use on the inside here. I think I would like to go with the darker wood. However, because it's on the roof, that might end up looking odd. So let's have a quick look, as obviously I've got to take off and help Biffa. And then snowball him. Let's take a step back. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to work because it kind of matches the ceiling. Biffa in his video was really invested in the snowball tag, so I've got a feeling he may snowball me. He may be already onto it. He's also not here. See, he's got the snowball in hand. Well, I'm going to get a point as well then, Biffa. We've both got a point. Right, and now I'll show him how it's done. This is one fancy looking cabin now. I'm just putting in some windows. We're going to have some more up the top on that side and this side. We're actually going to add a second floor and have like a ladder in this little nook right here to take you up there. It's a nice humble looking station. It feels good from the inside. And let's check it out from the outside as well. Everything here is looking fantastic. I am loving this project. This cabin style is so nice. I feel like it deserved a bigger build overall, but it's finished at this point. And I don't think I want to build the line on this side over here. Maybe it should actually change from that theme and have something different for this bit, which could end up being quite grand because it's going to bridge over the water there. So let's just stroll on to the inside. There's really no decorations or anything like that yet. I'll give myself some time to think about what it is we're going to put in here. And the roof had to be lower because otherwise I'd bang my head and not be able to get up here, which once again doesn't have any decorations. Not sure what to put in here. But somewhere around here we're going to put some redstone underneath because the carts are going to come in and then they're going to stop on an unpowered rail, and then we need a little circuit to push the block up and send them in the right direction, or they can hop off and get out here. So that's something we'll do another time. As I've still got work to do, we're going to connect that around this corner over here, and we need to finish putting down some snow around the building, and then we're going to build a little bit of a staircase leading down the hill here. I think what this building might need is a chimney up there, so I'm going to mess around with that, but the line has been connected over here. All the details are done, all the blocks are in place, the snow down below except for apparently one block right there, and all of the rails are in as well. So it's all good. We just now got to focus on this staircase, which I think I might build out of spruce or maybe birch wood, but it's going to be a pretty straightforward path down, I think. I think now is a good time for me to stop and sort of take in what we've been doing, because we've done a lot in this episode. And as I build this staircase here leading downwards, I'm thinking that we actually need to let more of the area develop before we start throwing in some more paths. So here is where we could have path blocks leading straight ahead over to the side a little bit. We could link up with Jevin's Snowball and Scar's Christmas tree yard as well. But the thing is, there may be other buildings popping up in the area. For example, in front of the mini golf course here, I did plan to build some sort of facade that would be like a structure that acts as the front building for the mini golf, where you go in and you've got some rooms explaining how to play, that kind of stuff. And of course the path would lead directly into that at the moment. So I think we're going to just leave it like that for now. Those diorite blocks aren't the prettiest, but I think they get the job done. And with that, we shall rocket over the area, enjoying the view. Oh man, this whole project, this whole place is coming together real fast. And there's still ways to go until Christmas. I will probably do another project in this area as well. And the way the cabin lines up with the entrance up there is really nice. This whole area is just looking superb now. This is obviously where we're going to wrap this one up. So if you enjoyed it, then leave a like. As always, thank you for doing that. It supports the channel, and your support is appreciated. And I'll be seeing you soon with another episode of Hermitcraft. So ciao for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.